Hello and welcome back to Foodinati UK, and this week we are meeting the inventor of Pip's hot sauce, who was also the creator of the Home of Metal hot sauce. So we're going to be chatting to her in Birmingham at the Rainbow and finding out the lowdown on all about it. Keep it locked. Hi, you're back with Foodinati UK, and I'm here with Pip Bradley, owner of Pip's Hot Sauces, all the way from Birmingham, full on flavour. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So the reason why I've got you here is because for the last 2 weeks we've been featuring the Home of Metal hot sauce. Can you tell me a little bit about how that came about?
Right, I've known Lisa for many, many years because Birmingham is like the smallest village ever. And she asked me if I'd do a hot sauce, so hell yeah, you know what I mean? The exhibition was brilliant, what Home of Metal are doing, what they're doing, promoting the fact that Birmingham is the home of the heavy metal genre.
Exactly.
It's fantastic. It's not just on a sort of pop culture. Pop culture the right word for this?
I'd say popular culture, I suppose.
But also in a historical sort of setting as well. It's really important. I just think typical Birmingham, we just float over that. So what they're doing has got loads of different benefits for the city. So I was like totally stoked to be involved. So
absolutely. And I understand Lisa's got another project on the go where she's covering the Mermaid pub, which was absolutely critical in the birth of death metal and grindcore and all that stuff we like here on Foodinati. So look out for that. I'll do something about that nearer the time. But yeah, with the sauce, were you given a brief of how they wanted the sauce?
Pretty much the only brief was that it was to be black, because obviously that's metal.
Of course.
That was actually my biggest challenge, because although Lisa had also said maybe you could do something with black garlic as well, which made perfect sense. But black garlic's you're not gonna put enough in there to make it black unless it is just basically a black garlic. Black garlic. So in order to get the sauce black but not use loads of nasty chemicals, my only option was to use activated charcoal, and now that had some really big challenges, because activated charcoal is what they give you if you've poisoned yourself.
Absolutely.
Because it soaks up all the nasties, but it also soaks up the capsicum from the chilies.
Sure.
So a little bit of trial and error. Now for me, flavour's always more important than spice. Yeah, spice is important.
Flavour's king, though.
Yeah, totally.
Or queen.
Yeah. We've all come across a hot sauce that we're like, yeah, man, this is really hot. I love it. I'm gonna buy some, take it home, and then within 2 weeks you're like so bored of it because it's just basically a piece of shit.
Yes.
So I wanted to, my thing is avoiding that anyway. It's all about the flavour. But I needed some heat as well, so I combined my favourite chilli, the Scotch bonnet.
My favourite too, actually.
Yeah, best fruitiness. And then I combined Naga Ghost chilli and some Reaper as well. And the reason I do that, I wouldn't normally put those three sauces together because it just wouldn't work. It would be too hot, and you wouldn't get enough flavour. But the activated charcoal soaks up enough of that capsicum, so you still get a nice heat, and you get the flavour of the three different chilies, because you've got the sharpness, you've got the fruitiness, and you've got the dryness from the Naga, and you get it all together in one sauce. So
absolutely. One of the things that was mentioned to me was like, because the bottle is, you'll have seen it on other episodes, the bottle is proper metal looking. I love it. I think it's fantastic with the black on purple.
Oh man, the dipping the wax. That is so ridiculously relaxing. Me and my partner Matt, we argue about who's going to do that. Oh, right. And the wax recipe is a secret recipe that the head brewer at Digbeth, just around the corner, gave me, because it's not just wax.
Oh, wow. See, I did a stint in a cheese factory. This is, I know it's not about me. But never mind. I did a stint at Fountain Dairy, and one of my jobs was dipping cheeses in wax. And you'd think you'd burn your fingers and stuff, don't you? You don't, do you?
You get wax.
Yes, it is strangely satisfying, people.
Yeah.
Go dip something in wax.
Yeah.
So, Pip's as a brand, you've been around for about 10 years, you say?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, and it started from, was it a love of hot sauce or just a love of messing about with things? And
both, to be honest with you. So, I've always liked hot sauce. I've always liked spice. You know, it's the Brummy way. But I used to work for the Birmingham Black Country Wildlife Trust. Loved it. Great. Loads of fun doing workshops off with people. But I wasn't earning much money at the time. Me and my partner happened to be going for lunch at the Plough in Harborne, foodie pub.
Yeah.
And I had a really bad hangover and massive PMT, so it was in a really shitty, bitchy mood, and there was no hot sauce to go on my pizza. Right. So I was moaning about it so much that Matt got me to write a list of what would be in my ideal hot sauce.
And you made it?
Yeah. Made it, gave it little jars of it as Christmas presents to everybody, and everybody apart from one person who's a massive dickhead anyway asked for more of it, and it just kind of snowballed from there, like friends encouraging me, can I have another bottle, can I have some of this? A friend who's a designer one night rather graciously said, look, you're onto something, you know, I'll do your label. And then I bought some posh bottles, well, just bottles. Yeah. And I'd got this label that I'd printed off and cut out just on my printer at home, and I'd sticked it onto the bottle. I had a bottle in my handbag, and we were back at the Plough, and the boss came out and said, oh, no, it wasn't the boss. It was one of the barmen came out and said, look, can I try that? So he disappeared off with it. So I thought he just didn't want to be trying it on the floor. Actually, he'd given it to the boss, and the boss came out and said, right, I'll have 128 bottles of that. I'm like, shit.
And you're off to the races.
Yeah.
Like, straight away.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I've got several friends who have all had goes at chili jams and hot sauces and stuff like that. Some of them are great, some of them not so. But I think that shows that if you've got one that's great, Chris, I'm talking to you. And your mates are all saying it's great, Chris, I'm still talking to you. You should really follow your passion with that, because it can't, who knows where it might lead. Like you said, you give it to the right bar manager, you're just 120 odd bottles and you're off to the races. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I was really lucky. There was that, and then at the same time, a friend of mine, she doesn't do it anymore, but she just started sort of getting involved in farmers markets and stuff. She was kind of maybe 2 steps ahead of me in terms of that, but her confidence was still sort of like, you know, new bit of sport. So she said to me, why don't you come and we'll split our stalls at the farmers market. You have like a little third and I'll take out the rest of it, all my chutneys and jams. And that kind of gave me, I wouldn't have had the balls to do it on my own otherwise. And Rachel sort of held my hand, and, you know, we got out there together. So, you know, it was those 2 things that gave me the confidence to do it, and also knowing that there wasn't any more funding for my position at the Wildlife Trust.
Well, that's another reason why I like this story, because some of the greatest things are born out of necessity. Foodinati that you're watching right now is born out of necessity, and it's I love that idea of something out of nothing. Yeah. When you're thinking, I've got to find a solution to this problem. What can I do? Yeah. And then you realise there's something that you didn't know you could do that you can do, and all of a sudden, you know. Well,
you that's the difference between people like us and entrepreneurs. I fucking hate that term.
Right.
You know, that could be anything. I mean, that just means you're somebody who wants to make a load of cash and you don't really give a shit about what you're doing, as far as I'm concerned. Hate that word. You know, The Apprentice and all of that have got a lot of, you know, they're to blame a lot for how that word's interpreted in there. But that's the difference, exactly what you've just said, between people like us and, you know, entrepreneurs.
I think there's a passion that you only get if you really care about something, and what The Apprentice tends to be is like, here's a brand, sell it. Yeah. They're not going to be passionate about that brand because they haven't seen it from the birth up to, you know, where it is now. And I think it is your baby.
They asked me to go on the show last year.
Did they?
I can't remember if it was last year or like the year before.
Right.
And Matt and I had a conversation about it, and we just decided not to say no, but to just fucking be ourselves. So we didn't even get to the face-to-face interviews. We did the phone interview, and and I used "go hard or go home" quite a few times.
Why not? It's a great phrase.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, obviously my heart wasn't in it, and I was just there to have a laugh.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't fit in on Apprentice. You're not.
Well, I can't fucking add that for a start off. Super dyslexic.
And the reason why people watch Apprentice is because they hate them all so much. Yeah. So, no, I wouldn't put you in that.
There's a compliment there somewhere.
There is under there. Yeah. There is. Yeah, so we've got the range of
Well,
oil
we've got
sauce.
some of them. We haven't got all of them.
We have our range of sauces here, and these, which I'm very excited about. These pickled onions.
The onions.
They look fearsome. But what we're going to do is we're going to get some food down here. We're going to test all this lot out and give you all the details about how you can go and buy this stuff. All right. So we'll be back after these messages. And if you like what you see there, please subscribe. It only takes 2 seconds and it helps our algorithms, and we'll be forever grateful. Thank you. Oh, and you're back with Foodinati UK, and the food's here as if by magic after those messages from someone who looked very attractive. Right, now, the reason why we got food here isn't just to fill our faces, kind of is, but we've been talking about this hot sauce loads. We're going to test it all out. So, we've got these chips here, and these are so we can work food. But first of all, what do you think of the burger? Let's have a go.
Can I put any sauce on mine? Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, go for it.
It's got to be in the nuggets right list for me. I absolutely love the girls at Baja's food.
Wow. That's incredible. They use oyster mushrooms instead of chicken wings because this is a vegan place. We're at the Rainbow in Birmingham.
Baja do the food.
Baja do the food.
Geniuses.
And wow, that really is quite something. I'm enjoying that. Really excellent. So if you're after a bit of vegan nosh, if you're in the Birmingham area, the Rainbow, do you know what street we're on?
Digbeth High Street.
Digbeth High Street. I should remember we're eating when I ask questions.
Yeah.
You would have thought after this many episodes I would. But there you go. Digbeth High Street, the Rainbow, Birmingham. Get yourself down here, this food's grand.
Baja, they're the best.
So we're going to utilise this food in the best way possible.
Excellent.
Right, so what do you recommend we
Well,
start
should we
with?
go from heat upwards?
Yeah, well,
Right. So I haven't brought the full range, but I'd say the mildest here is the barbecue.
so this is the
Just a bit of Niagara on my burger.
La Barbacoa. La Barbacoa.
It's a mild one. It's not overly powering. It's got a little bit of chili in. Use Scotch bonnets because basically they are my fave.
They're my fave too.
I thought I'd have to bring you a milder one just to see the difference. Now, I'm not a huge fan of commercial barbecue sauce, but I like my own.
That's really nice. It's not like, you know how barbecue sauce, most barbecue sauces taste the same. This is different. This is, you can tell it's got the Scotch bonnet in there. It's got like kind of like jerk chicken vibe eating up the rear, which is Scotch bonnet all over.
Yeah, it's really nice. It is great with chips.
Seriously, that on your chips. So if
I do a hotter version of that one as well, though, that's got loads of bourbon in as well. And just, I think the technical term is a shitload of Scotch bonnets.
Fantastic. I highly endorse this sauce. If they want to buy this, where do we go?
If you're not in Birmingham,
Yep.
www.pipshotsauce.co.uk.
Yep.
If I remember, feel free to give me a nudge. I will do a Foodinati discount code. But I've got a shit memory, so feel free to.
Don't worry, I'll remind Pip.
Or if you're in Birmingham, open 7 days a week in the Red Brick Market just around the corner on Floodgate Street in Digbeth, or loads of different seasonal markets, farmers markets, different things like that around Brum.
Rad. So there we
Right,
go.
next then is my OG, the original. Now,
So this is the sauce you got started on.
yeah, and that's the reason why it says super hot on it still, because at the time it was what I considered super hot. Now I'm going to take that off the label because that's kind of confusing to anybody who doesn't know the original story for it. But this is basically, it's our biggest seller. Everybody loves it. BuzzFeed once described it as an essential Brummy life skill to know that sauce makes everything taste better.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's great. Right.
That's the OG, man. That's my baby, my firstborn.
Also, check it out. Great Taste Award.
2-star.
2 stars.
Didn't even know they went up any more than 1 star.
There we are. Marvellous. Right. Well, we've talked this one up enough. I need to taste it. Right.
You're going to have to splash some out, aren't you, mate? Hang on.
No.
Look. There you go.
Got it.
Got it?
Ooh. That's delicious.
Thank you.
That
So-
really is delicious. It's
Smoked garlic, chili, and lime.
It's got a lovely kind of like almost salsa-y vibe to it.
Yeah,
It's
little bit.
really nice. But so nice.
But that's the one that came around from writing a list of what would be in my ideal chili sauce. So you got the smokiness, which I really love. You got the liminess to lift it up. Loads of garlic, loads of Scotch bonnet.
I'd actually pitch that at medium heat.
Yeah, definitely a medium. Definitely not a super hot.
I mean, that's a good everyday sauce.
Yeah.
I'd use that every day on, and I will do.
So I would say that is for every day, but the hottest one, which we'll get to in a bit, is based on the same recipe. But over the years, my tolerance grew.
Yeah.
But my favourite recipe is still that one. So that's every day. That's one you got a cold or a hangover. Right.
I can imagine that on eggs being amazing.
Oh yeah, poached eggs in the morning with some of
Right.
that. Next up, another 2-star Great Taste Award winner, La Bocca del Diablo. Now this was actually invented to go on taco night at the Plough.
Oh.
So
Good with tacos.
it's pineapple, lime, and Scotch bonnet.
Oh, I love fruity hot sauces. Great.
Weirdly, I fucking love that on salad.
Right. There we are. Oh, good.
Yeah,
Right,
it's-
let's get a close up of that. There we are. That's the one you should be looking for. Now, I love anything with fruit in. So,
Nice.
yeah, moist.
It's I think a lot of people think when they hear it's got pineapple in, they think it's going to be really, really sweet. But that wasn't the vibe I was going for at all. It was actually, even though it doesn't taste Thai or anything like that at all, the inspiration for that one hit me when I was round the corner at Cafe Soya, having one of their big bowl tom yum noodles soups. Fucking delicious though. So basically, you've got the sour soup, then they put fresh pineapple and fresh red chilies on the top of it,
Right.
and I was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's good. I want to bottle it. But it doesn't taste anything like that at all. It doesn't taste
Beautiful.
anything like tom yum.
Really, really well balanced.
Thank you.
Yeah, really lovely. I mean, this is going to get 2 show-ins actually, because I've just remembered we're doing the pineapple episode on Friday. I'm filming the pineapple episode on Friday, and we are doing a bit about pineapple-based hot sauces. So this is coming back for a second helping.
Out of the 12 different products I could have picked up, and I genuinely didn't know you were doing that, so that's
It was
freaking
meant to be serendipity again.
Right.
Right.
Next up, now me and my partner argue about this, but I'm right. He thinks that these are on a par, but actually this one is slightly milder than the last one. So it's the Cure for Life. Again, it's an award winner. It's our collaboration with Provide and the artist Fokker Wolf, who completely took the piss out of me for putting some CBD on the label. So if you, the label's not good. It's the peach. It's a Bayesian style of sauce. It's peach base, and then it's got mustard, turmeric, Scotch bonnet, a little bit of naga in there as well, tiny bit of CBD. So give that a go.
yeah.
That one's Matt, my other half's, and the other half of the Pips. His favourite sauce. Do you know what? I haven't tried any of that for fucking ages.
Healthy dab of that. Right. Now, as I said before, I really like fruity hot sauces. So.
Not sweet again.
No. Wow, that works.
Right, okay, and I think the reason for that is the mustard and the turmeric bring down the sweetness of the
The
peaches.
peach is like the base, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of, you get the peach first before the chilies do their bits, and I think that delayed reaction is from the naga, isn't it?
Yeah. My favourite.
Because nagas do that.
But they've got a nice dry flavour as well, which I think contrasts beautifully with the
offsets, yeah.
Scotch bonnet. So you've got the fruitiness of the bonnet and you've got the dryness of the naga.
Wow, that's fantastic. These have all been fantastic. I can't really pick a favourite.
Okay, right, I can, and
This
I
is high
make them.
ranking, though.
My favourite is the Nagatropolis. So,
I
yeah.
love the label on this.
I'm actually going to
Check that.
eat another bite of my burger because I've
Yeah,
just
you
put
do that.
shitloads of it on.
Nagatropolis. Now, being a big sci-fi nerd, I know what that's all about. That's fantastic. I've got to say, the branding on your sauces is absolutely spot on.
I have that on everything.
Everything.
Yeah. In fact, doing this is quite good because I never eat any of the other chili sauces apart from when I'm checking batches. So I'm like, right, okay.
Nice.
That's what that tastes like with food.
Right. That's immediately very salsery.
Yeah.
And
It's a flavour I like.
That's very flavoursome. Very flavoursome. In fact, to the point where I'm going to try with something different.
Do it. So, like I said, it was basically, it's exactly the same recipe as that, although it doesn't taste similar because of the extra, the different chili profile in it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I just think it's banging. I'll have it on everything. But there's a really fine line that you can go past and lose the flavour when it comes to adding heat.
Oh, the flavour's still there.
Yeah, I mean, it's out of everything that I've made, that's the one that I tinkered most with because I didn't want to go over that line.
Balance, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Absolutely. So yeah, I should have got some more for you, but I think we'll overload our palates.
Well, it gives you an excuse to come back, doesn't it?
Too right, though.
There we go. This is for the more adventurous among you, but still tasty as hell. So, you know, it's not that scary, but it is hot. I'm not going to mess about. But
it's not like a dare hot, though, is it? It's an edible hot.
Well, we were talking about this off camera, about how it's getting a bit ridiculous with these daring sauces, where it's like, you know, I'm always ripping them, but the bomb, things like that. Ever since that's become like the hottest sauce, we're getting too many of these things, which are just inedible.
Well, it's willy waving, isn't it?
It is.
It is. I really hate all that bollocks. You know, it's about, you know, good stuff you want to put in your gob. Again, not just
stuff you're going to actually treat with food and not just give your mates at a party.
But talking about something that is maybe a little bit more on the extreme side.
Now, I'm going to have a go on one of these.
Right, these are my UAK Onions, which my friend Rachel came up with the name because she said you will be asked, are you okay after? I tried to get a machine to peel the onions, but it destroys them, so I have to do it in my hand, and I fucking hate it. So those are little balls of spite and hatred from me.
Right, balls of spite and hatred, I like it.
So I figured that to slow people down, I'd make them really hot and make them with Reapers.
Reapers, you say?
Yeah. Not too much, just, you know, just a bit.
A little bit.
Just enough. But really nice. There's a local cheese guys called Fowlers, and they do this extra mature. And their extra with that goes wicked.
Let's have a go then. Right. I said I wasn't going to take a bus home from Birmingham with a stomach cramp again.
No, again, it's nice. It is hot, and it is really hot.
Now I'm feeling that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're really good. Really good. If you like pickled onions, which I do, I can eat like a whole jar in front of the telly, but I won't eat a whole jar of these. That was enough.
And when we met up earlier in the Red Brick Market in the corner, you met Will Tatt from Tat Vision, who did the illustration. He's kind of been around the internet recently because he did the Four Lads in Jeans statue that really fucked off loads of Evening Mail readers and stuff like that. That was up around Birmingham Station a couple of months ago.
Well, I got to say, it's a selection, and it's not the whole selection. This is just some of them. Let's try them.
Thank you.
The whole lot.
Thank you.
And I'm not just saying that because you're here.
Well, no, I would kick you in the balls under the table.
Right, if I was out shopping, never met you before in my life, I'd still go for these. These are great.
Sweet.
Really, really, really fantastic. So, once again, it's pipshotsauce.co.uk.
.co.uk, yeah.
Get down there. Honestly, take my word for it. I know you can't taste it over the internet, but take my word for it.
And probably by the time you put this up, if you remind me, because I'm fucking knackered right now, so I've got a two-second memory, that I will do a Foodinati's discount code.
You heard it here first. That's happening. We're going to finish our food off. Once again, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. It's been a laugh. Thank you very much. And enjoy.
So now you've seen all our interview and our tasting. Pip has a very important message for you.
I'm bigging up Brum, and I'm giving you the opportunity to get involved in the most amazing Birmingham raffle ever. It's to raise funds for a friend's husband who has unfortunately lost his battle with cancer, and they're now at the palliative stage. It's the amazing guy, amazing raffle. You can find the link in my bio on Insta. That's the Pip's Hot Sauce, or you can find it on the raffle website. It involves over 26 prizes from fucking fantastic, amazing Birmingham independents.
They are amazing.
And a night on a boat in London that's just been refurbished. It's fucking gorgeous. Just so much ridiculous stuff, from artwork, from Will Tat, from Tat Vision, from Fokker Wolf. You can have the 2 people offering tattoos. It's really good. Yeah.
Farming.
There's stuff that I haven't even bothered to upload on there yet. And there's still 12 days to do it. So get involved. Tickets are only £2.50. I want Tom and Anna, who are some of my dearest, dearest friends. Let's make this fucking worst time in their life a little bit more palatable. So please get involved. The tickets are only £2.50. There's so much shit on there. Honestly, it's ridiculous. Oh, and we've got a one-off sauce in a crystal skull bottle that we're never ever going to make again because it's got so many fucking ridiculous chilies in. So you could be the proud owner of the only bottle of the Brainiac sauce. So cheers.
Next week, I'll be joined by members of Tesseract, Cage Fight, and Gravelines down in London at Lost Boys Pizza. Keep it locked. What a fun interview. That was great.
Oh, listen.